Now we are going to learn how to make eye and the eyebrow in details. So we are going to make a line and divide it into three equal parts. Equal. Now we're going to take one part and make the length of this open eye area one part. Now we're going to make an oval, which is the open area of the eye. Now the middle part is where we will make the iris. This is round because it's a front view. Now this is the tear duct, this is the outer lash, and this is the lash line. And we are darkening it. It's thinner near the tear duct and the lash and thicker over the iris. It's not, but it looks like it. Now we are making the upper lid and the lower lid. And this is the waterline where we sometimes put our eye makeup. Now we are making the pupil. It's right in the center. And this is the shadow that falls from the upper lid over the iris. And we will leave these two dots as white and we will shade around it because those are the reflective surfaces. Now we are taking the 3B pencil and darkening the lash line. Tear duct, waterline, upper lid, lower lid, we are blackening the pupil and the shadow and joining it with the upper lid. Now we are going to fill up the iris and leaving behind the white space, and the value of the shadow is lighter than the pupil. We are going to outline the iris and this makes the iris pop out. Now we are doing some finishing touches in the eye area. Now we are going to make the lashes. The lashes are pointing towards the right on the right side, up in the middle, and left in the left area. And I'm going to draw the lashes in clumps, like in small triangular forms, like when you apply mascara. The lower lashes are made on the outer edge of the waterline. Again in triangular tufts. It becomes smaller as it gets closer to the tear ducts. Now I'm going to rub away the reference lines. There you go. The basic structure of the eye is done. Now we are going to proceed to the eyebrows. Now, as you have learned in the outlining, that the eyebrow has two lines for it, the upper edge and the lower edge, and if you break those two lines into three parts, sorry, the two parts will contain the body of the eyebrow, and the tail of the eyebrow will be in the third portion. If you rub away the reference lines and lighten the eyebrow, we can make the hairs. We lighten it because we do not want the harsh outer edges to be peeking out, because we don't have that in a natural eyebrow. We make these singular hairs in the end, and they stick up, and then they become more angular and longer towards the middle. These hairs are coming from the lower edge, and they mingle with the ones coming from the upper edge and become darker in the middle. Keep doing this till the arch. And then point it downwards. Make the transition a little more gradual, not that abrupt. And there you go, you have a eyebrow. And rub your finger over it so there are no white spaces left, and it becomes more smooth. Keep doing this to make it more dark, and there you have it, an eyebrow. And now you have learned so many details here, but try and understand the portraits are very small scale, so you cannot afford to have that many details in such a small portrait, so you have to give away with some of the details as long as the rules are taken into consideration and you keep doing what you're doing. There it is. Now coming back to the portrait. Now that you've learned how to do the eyes, we're going to put it where we had formed the ovals before to mark the area. We made the tear ducts, the lash, and now the lash line, upper lid, lower lid, the iris in the middle, it's very important that you learn how to put the eyes in their place, because generally when we are not using the structures, we oftentimes end up making the eyes larger than they should be and end up making the portrait look very unnatural. Practice making the eye, both the eyes, from left to right and right to left, because sometimes you are okay with making it with the left, but then the right one becomes the wrong one. Now with the 3B pencil, I'm going to darken the whole structure. And in such a small eye, I can't draw the pupil and iris separately, so I'm just going to leave small reflective white spaces at least, so it makes the eye look more lively. Make the iris black. Now that we have almost done the eyes, we will proceed to the eyebrows in a while. The thing is that in the nose line, where the nostrils are supposed to be, that's where we are going to take a reference line to understand where the eyebrows arch will be. We will take the point near the nostril and the pupil, and we will draw a line marking the arch of the eyebrow, and we will do the same for the left eye. Now we will make the body of the eyebrow and the tail, as we learned. In this portrait we cannot spend so much time in making small hairs, so we will just fill it up as we learned, not bothering on making it very detailed, because right now you're just learning. So if you want to learn further, you can make a bigger eyebrow separately and practice it as I have taught. There it is.